Liverpool made financial history with their spot in the Deloitte Football Money League, while Manchester United dropped dramatically in the rankings. In the 29th edition of the Money League, the top 20 highest revenue-generating football clubs for the 2024-25 season were revealed by the Deloitte Sports Business Group. The respective clubs made collective history after generating a record £10.4 billion, €12 billion, in revenue for the first time. The mammoth figure marks an 11% figure in all three main revenue streams of commercial revenue, matchday revenue, and broadcast revenue, which increased from last season. The top four spots were dominated by several of Europe's footballing superpowers, with Real Madrid retaining their spot, having earned close to £1 billion, €1.2 billion. The Spanish giants were followed closely by Barcelona, who generated £849 million, €975 million, with Bayern Munich rounding out the top three with £750 million, €861 million, earned. Paris Saint-Germain are the lone Ligue 1 club on the entire list and rank fourth, with last year's revenue tipping the scales at £729 million, €837 million. Next up are the reigning Premier League champions, as Liverpool became the highest revenue-generating English club for the first time, as they earned £728 million, €836 million, following their historic title-winning campaign last year. The 2024-25 campaign proved to be a financially fruitful one for the Reds, whose increased revenue was also bolstered by their return to the UEFA Champions League. The club also saw a 7% increase in commercial revenue, thanks to additional non-match day events at Anfield. Music struck big at the iconic stadium, with the likes of Bruce Springsteen, Dua Lipa, and Lana Del Rey all performing at Anfield. Liverpool's financial success certainly wasn't matched by the Red Devils, who suffered quite the dramatic drop from 4th to 8th in the Money League after a historically bad campaign last season. United's revenue last year topped out at £691 million, €793 million, but their broadcast revenue fell from £224 million, €258 million, after missing out on European football entirely while finishing 15th in the Premier League, the club's worst domestic campaign in 35 years. The list was dominated by English clubs, with 9 top-flight sides making the cut. Liverpool were followed by Manchester City, who dropped 4 places to 6th, with their revenue falling to £722 million, €829 million. Pep Guardiola's side suffered an unusually early Champions League exit as they were knocked out in the knockout phase playoffs, while finishing 3rd domestically, their lowest position since the Spaniards' arrival a decade ago. 4 Premier League clubs were ranked from 7th to 10th, as Arsenal's earnings of £722 million, €821 million, left them closely behind. After United, it's Tottenham Hotspur, who sit 9th as they generated £585 million, €672 million, despite a 17th-placed finish, but did end their 17-year trophy drought by winning the Europa League. Their city rivals, Chelsea, retained their position of 10th thanks to their return to the Champions League, while also winning the Conference League and FIFA Club World Cup. The Blues' collection of silverware contributed to their 24-25 revenue of £509 million, €584 million. Aston Villa rose 4 places from last year and sit 14th in the rankings following their run to the Champions League quarterfinals in the 24-25 campaign, with their earnings topping out at £392 million, €450 million. While Newcastle's Carabao Cup final victory last season isn't exactly filling their wallets, the Magpies still find a place in the Money League list, but did drop down 2 places from last year. The club's revenue sat at £346 million, €398 million. Liverpool transfer news as Arne Slot's side could move to sign a $35 million rated Premier League star amid fresh links with Tottenham Hotspur centre-back Micky Van de Ven. Liverpool secured a huge win in the Champions League in Marseille, putting in arguably its best performance of the season to date in the south of France. But with the Reds squad looking light in places, the transfer speculation surrounding Liverpool is not likely to go anywhere anytime soon. At center back, and in a few other positions too, Arne Slot could do with a few more options. Here is the Liverpool.com verdict on the transfer gossip to emerge around the Reds today. We start with a defender who has previously been linked with a move to Anfield, with both stars currently working in the Premier League. Micky van de Ven, Tottenham. With Mark Guehi, now a Manchester City player, you can expect plenty of center-backs to be linked with moves to Liverpool in the summer, when at least one addition in that position will be required. According to the Daily Mail, Spurs and Netherlands defender Micky van de Ven is one player under consideration. Liverpool could, the report says, test Tottenham's resolve to keep the 24-year-old when the season ends. Van de Ven was linked with a move to Anfield before he went to Spurs. Under contract until 2029, the Dutchman is said to have resisted the chance to hold talks about signing an extension. Mainly playing on the left side of the defense for Tottenham, he's left-footed. Van de Ven prefers the same side as Virgil van Dijk, who will still have another 12 months left on his contract when the summer arrives. Arne Slot wanted to sign me for AZ Alkmaar when he saw me play in the first season at Volendam. The club refused to sell me, and I had to accept that they would not let me go. When he was at Feyenoord, he tried to sign me too, but by then I had already signed for Wolfsburg in Germany. Liverpool.com says, Van de Ven doesn't have the best injury record. That would be a concern, especially if he was to come in for a substantial sum of money, which Spurs would presumably demand. Andre, Wolves. The Brazilian outlet RTI Sport has claimed Liverpool could move for the Wolves midfielder Andre in the summer, presuming that the Midlands outfit is relegated to the Championship. Said to be valued at around $35 million, £26 million, Andre was extensively linked with a move to Liverpool before he ended up in the Premier League. In England, he hasn't pulled up many trees. Get LFC's 2025-26 season home and away kits. If Andre did